All right. This is I got the it is you can't even see. Crap. Um that's my Google. That's my Google sticker. I moved it from my thumbprint or whatever, from my home button on my iPhone. So I'm walking around up here and I just remembered that I don't have any underwear on. I just got done out of the bathroom. Like that. I just got done out of the shower, out of the bathtub. I didn't even you still see my hair is in there, and I didn't even rinse it out yet. Um, so I was having this idea. So I was like, so I was standing here, and I was like, why the hell can't somebody go to Third Ave Hotel, and take a picture of all their fucking rooms? Because they get subsidies, they get GRH, General Housing Assistance, or what is it? GRH is group residential housing. But why can't, since we're not a group, we're a fucking community? Oops, I swore. Since we're not a group, we're a community. How about we change that GRH to community housing standards or something? You know, like everybody should be in their own one. Like even this, because the landlord isn't licensed. He doesn't know how to deal with me and the tenant downstairs because we're both, let's say, pretend that we're both clinically retarded, or because of other ways of being construed into being called a name that people will hang on and that will make you deformed throughout your whole life. Like it's a deformity. So like any word that leads up to you being on Social Security shouldn't be any type of a word. So I was standing here and I was like, I should be able to get GRH, but I'm not going over to the places that have GRH. I'm not going over those places. And what made me think of this is Miss Lady came here today and cleaned. And it's really, really good. And I was such a rat to her this morning. So I was taking a bath in her, thinking and dwelling, and I had, so I was like, why can't I still stay here? And we get it, so it's like GRH or something for now until I get my Social Security back, because what they did to me is illegal, and I would still like to file charges on these people. Because the commission ganged up against me, got me stripped of all my stuff. Where I end up Miss Lady in the gang's problem. With or without a gang. So I was like, why can't the guy go get approved for GRH or whatever and rent out whole places like this? With or without somebody that comes in and cleans. That was my $50 million idea. Because these places are approved by Section 8, the Bridges program, so I could be walking in my room and someone see me naked. I'm not rich enough to buy curtains for all my... I shouldn't have to buy curtains for any of these windows. I thought the cops had taught everybody what peeping Tom was years ago. So in case this ever happened, again, they know I'm in my private right to be naked upstairs. And for them to just go and make bullcrap out of me by even issuing me a ticket knowing I'm retarded. Or like, how about Trevor Banks showed up here? The sheriff. He shows up here and I bet you me and him had met each other at Walmart earlier, like 2 months prior to the 12th of last month. I think it was last month. Either last month or this month. On the 12th, I was up here walking around nude, trying to dry off and trying to cool down. I just had gotten out of the bathtub. I talked about this recently on my other introduction video to my life. I'm trying to do like maybe it's a pathway back to citizenship from felony convictions, out of the church's eyes into the light. Right? But it's not just those churches. It's a couple different churches that I have to go through to be accepted and awarded and be back to prestige condition for the kids and everything. I mean, nobody should be looking up here in the first place. I'm trying to dry off. So a couple months before, I go to Walmart, like the first time I've been out the whole year. And I go from Rule 20s to Rule 20s to Rule 20s to Rule 20s every year, it seems like. For the last 7 years, ever since I had filed litigation on Obama and Hillary Clinton. And some other people around town because they were saying that I was pedophiling their kid. No, they straight up said I raped their kid. And I want to take it to court because my name ain't clear. On Facebook, there's a girl that comes on there, wherever. I take 25 people, and those 25 people that came onto the line weren't the 25 people that I tagged. Like, they were falsifying, they were lying about their IDs and stuff, their identifications, and following my posts. They were pretending to be my friend while setting me up on something. So, back to this Walmart thing. One of the kids from around town, he's a younger kid. He used to be my nephew's friend when my nephew lived up here. So he must be like around 25, 26, 27, 28 years old or so. Looks like he's a military kid, you know? Straight shooter type kid. Except he has longer hair, like down to his cheekbones. So a military kid would probably have a high crew cut, as opposed to what this kid had. But he was still a good stock looking kid. Well, I went through Walmart with a mask on and it broke in Walmart. So I stood up front for like 10 minutes next to this one guy with it, you know, kind of hanging on my face. But I went outside to go see if my sister was out there to wait for her for a little while. I did, and I banged my leg. And then I went back inside to go find my sister. The kid that I was talking about seen me and said, "You can't go in there." I said, "Why can't I go in there?" said, you don't got a mask on. I said, other people were in there with masks. He said, yeah, well, you can't go in there. I said, really? You want to make a bet? So we go in there. I went in there and I went live. While I went live on Facebook. And I was walking around with him, following me around the store. And I got footage of other people in there being in there with no mask. The what do you call it? I gotta find his panties. What do you call it? The guy sees me or whatever, and he calls the cops on me right away. So he called the cops on me, and there's some panties. He calls the cops on me. The sheriff show up. And the sheriff show up. I told him what the heck was going on, told him that I had footage on my thing, and I wanted charges filed on him for falsifying a police, an emergency call, because the police are supposedly emergency task people. Like, if there's an emergency, you call a police officer and the fire department and everybody show up. There we go. Now I got him. Ow, fucker. Oh, shoot. I stepped on something sore. So I wanted to file a police report. Right? So I tried filing the police report, but I didn't. Well, the guy said, "Oh no, just hold on a second. We'll as soon as we get this straightened out, we'll take your report." Puts me on the back burner, right? So now it's the police officers are banding together with the no-named Walmarts, the supermarkets, the superstores, or the super named stores, whatever. And, hoofta, it's freaking hot up here. So they were, maybe I can open this window up and get it cool in here. Yeah. Nope, I can't. I threw a fit up here earlier and made a bunch of windows. Not able to open. So here we go. And I gotta brush my teeth. So what do you call it? So he said, all right, well, you shouldn't get a ticket or anything out of this because we don't even know what the hell is going on. So he sends me and my sister and my niece home, says, you guys have a good night. So he went to go talk to him and his chief went to go talk to Walmart store manager and the employee guy by themselves, without me there. And they must have conspired to hurt me in some way, manner, or shape. And they came like a half hour later after me and my sister were already at home. They come over, the sheriff comes over there, comes to my house. Like, he looks me up illegally and finds out where I live. And then he goes and comes over to the house and comes in, and I went live again. I was like, what the hell are you doing here? He said, oh, I hope you don't mind, but we had to find you for to give me what is it called? To bar me off the premises. So I can't go back to Walmart for a year. And I said, well, wait, that's a judge's job. How can you execute me and kill me off and everything, and you don't even I didn't even go see the judge yet. So it was like, so at that point I said, yeah, what happened to this, I still want to file my report on him fraudulently using the police powers to execute me. And obviously that never happened, or he never helped me in that situation. I think his name is Trevor Banks or whatever, from the Mountain Iron Sheriff's Department. He's a deputy sheriff or whatever. He shows up here with the other three police officers and the state trooper, and the state trooper was down on the ground blowing me kisses, and they were all trying to get in here to arrest me, knocking on the door, being like, "Oh, Mr. Johnson, it sounds like you need some help in there." It's like, why are you guys trying to sweet talk me, or like sweet talk me to the door to open the door? Knowing that I'm a retard, they probably would have loved manhandling me or whatever. But it's like that I don't understand how this happens. Like every single year, they must forget that I'm retarded. Or I can easily be taken advantage of. That's what it must be. I could easily be taken advantage of, so that's what they do. They wait for their year and then they take advantage of me.